Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Salatu wassalamu rasulillah. We're going to continue with the review from page 16 and signs of noun. Okay, this is 1.5, section 1.5, signs of nouns. How do you recognize a word to be a noun? If you look at it for a certain word, you should be able to say if it's a noun and a verb or a particle. There are only three types of words, right? So how do you recognize a noun? So I have this little mnemonic here, and I'll just tell you how I remember it. First is that a noun, you can recognize a noun because it's preceded by an al. Preceded by al. So you just write al here, okay? And number two, it accepts jar. Okay? In other words, it has a kasra in it. So here's, I'm going to put two kasras here, okay? It accepts a kasra, okay? And number three, it can have tanween on the last letter. So if you see any word with a tanween in it, it's going to be, so I put tanweens over there, just so it can accept tanweens like this, okay? And number four, it has a ta marbuta in the end. It has a round ta marbuta in the end. So I put ta marbuta over here, like this. And if you kind of use your imagination here, I'm making a face here. So, but you cannot draw eyes, right? You should not draw eyes. Number five is it has dual. It's tasniya. Tasniyatun. It is a word that's dual. It's a word. It's a dual word. Number six is jam'a. So it's plural, three or more. Okay. Since we can't draw eyes, we just go like this. It's plural or jam'a. Okay. So that gives you, so far, how do you recognize a noun? It has al at the beginning. It has kasra. It accepts the kasra. It has a ta marbuta in the end. It can take tanween. It has ta marbuta in the end. It's a dual. It's a plural. Okay. So that kind of looks like the face, by the way. So number seven. So there's 12 ways. Okay. And then to remember, I write this. Okay. So there's two constructions that we learn. We learn mudaf and we learn mudaf ilayh we learn. So we take the mudaf. And we learn sifa and we learn mawsuf, okay? So I write mudaf over here and mawsuf over here. They both begin with mim, okay? So, and then we also learned that musnad. So he's reading this musnad, which is a certificate, okay? Musnad ilayh. Musnad ilayh, like this, okay? So these three, if it's a mudaf, it's a noun. If it's a mawsuf, it is a noun. If it's a musnad ilayh, if you remember what a musnad ilayh was, it's a certificate. In a noun sentence, the first thing that comes is mubtada, and then there's a khabar. In a verbal sentence, first comes is a fi'l, and then it's fa'il. Okay? And in a mubtada is what the news is being given for. Okay? Khabar is the musnad, mubtada is the musnad ilayh, the news given about. And in a verbal sentence, okay, the file is what the news is given about. The subject. So the subject is musnad ilayh in a way, so to speak. Okay, but you can't use the subject terminology in this sentence, right? So in the verbal sentence, mubtada is the musnad ilayh. In a noun sentence, mubtada is the musnad ilayh. In a verbal sentence, the fa'il is the musnad ilayh. But anyways, musnad ilayhi, the information that's given about this particular thing, the entity that's information is given that's the musnad ilayh. So all musnad ilays are also noun. So one of the ways to recognize the noun is that it's a musnad ilayhi. Okay, so that's number 7. Is it's a musnad ilayhi. Okay, we got that. Okay, and then and then finally there's one more. Okay, uh, what I do is there's 3 real quick. Okay, so I draw a man, I draw a Kaaba, and I draw him like saying something. Okay, so one is he's calling something. Okay, that's a munadi. Munadi. Okay. In other words, munadi is the person that's being called, saying Ya Allah, Ya Allah. So Allah, like, the name is munadi. He's calling Allah. Munadi. Okay. And then this guy's a very small guy, very small, short guy. Okay. He is so short. He's like a musakhar. Sakh, musakhar, musakhar, musakhar. In other words, musakharun are words that suggest like rujailun, like rujail. Example given is a little man. Okay, Hussein is like little Hassan. So, so any word that is suggesting the musakharun form is a this diminutive form of this, like a little man, like a little Hassan, like Hussein, Rujain. That's also a noun. This is how you recognize nouns. Okay, and finally is mansubun. Now this is not the same as mansubun. Okay, this is with the sin. Mansubun. Mansubun is why this is over here. Mansubun is like Makkiyun. He's a Makkan. He's an American. He's a Chinese. Is belonging to a certain place. Okay, any word that suggests that belonging to a certain place, that's a noun. So these are the ways that you recognize a noun. Okay, let me put this over here. Number 7 was this. Okay, and this is number 8, number 9. Um, and number 10, Nadi, number 11, and number 12. All right. Notice all of these start with memes, okay? Okay, there is like it's mafal. So these are 12 ways of recognizing nouns. 1, they have al in the beginning, they accept the jar, they have a tama buta in the end, they accept the tanween, they have in the end, they have tama buta in the end. Mudaf, mawsuf, musnad ilay. Okay, and then munadi, they're the person that's being called. Okay, ya Allah, Allah would be like munadi. So that's munadi, the person that's being called. Okay, ya Hamid, Hamid, right? Hamid would be a noun. And so munadi. Musakharun is a diminutive form of a noun. So Hussein, Rujail, small man. And then finally, mansub, such as Makkiyin, okay, Amrikiyin. So these are all nouns. This is how you recognize nouns. All right, and then we'll continue. How do you recognize verbs? Okay, there's 9 ways. علامة الفعل علامة علامات okay. علامات الفعل. Okay, the first one was علامات الاسم. We should say signs of nouns over here. علامات الاسم. Signs of nouns. And now we're going to talk about signs of verbs. There are 7 of them. Okay? I just remember the following. This is how I remember. Okay? I make up this. قد صت. Okay? لم لن أمر نحي. That's it. Okay, and uh, yeah. So let me show you how this works. This is a mnemonic. All right. So first is, how do you recognize a fi'l? It's preceded by the word qad. So here it is. That's preceded by qad. Okay, and it is preceded by seen, as in sayahud sufaha, seen. Okay, or it's preceded by sofa. Okay, so sofa ta'alamun, sofa ta'alamun. So ta'alamun has to be a verb because it's preceded by sofa. Okay, so I have in this mnemonic. This is how I remember. There's only thing qad is preceded by seen and sofa. See, this scene should remind you of seen and sofa. Okay, so that's three of them already. Four, and it's preceded by harf jazm. Okay, that's lam. It has preceded by harf jazm, which is lam. And number five is preceded by harf nasbin. That's this over here. It's preceded by um, harf nasbin. Okay, and then there's one that's hidden over here. Big question mark. Who's in here? Who is in here? I'll tell you who's in there. Okay. Okay, that's our number six. Okay, that's our hidden mystery category. And number seven is Amr, Fa'al Amr. And number eight is Fa'al Nahi, prohibited. I'll just write Amr and Nahi, prohibited. That's number eight. And and finally, there is a Sakin Ta in the end. Sakin Ta in the end of the word. In other words, nouns don't have a sakin ta in the end of the word. Okay? Kanat. That's a sakin ta. That's a verb. Has to be a verb. Okay? Kharajat. That's a verb. Because nouns don't have a sakin ta in the end. That's as simple as that. Okay. And that sakin ta is over here, of course. Okay, here we go. Easy peasy lemony squeezy. There's 9 ways of recognizing a word to be a verb. It has qad in the beginning. It has seen or sofa. It's preceded by seen or sofa. It's preceded by harf jazm, or it's preceded by harf nasab. These are examples of harf jazm and harf nasab. And it has it's a fail amr. It's a nahi, and it has a sakin tani. What's the mystery? What's the mystery word? What's the mystery? It has a hidden damir. It has a hidden damir. This is kind of silly to me to remember this. It has a hidden damir. For example, nasara. Nasara. The word means he helped. The hidden damir is he. Okay, well, if you knew that it was he helped, you already knew it was a verb. Then why would you? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of silly to put that as a hidden damir. It has a hidden damir. If you knew that there was hidden damir in it, you already knew it was a word, right? But anyway, you have to memorize the list, and this is the list. So these are 9 ways to recognize a word to be a verb. Very, very cool verb mnemonic. Alright, so that's how you remember now. And harf is, how do you remember harf? If it does not satisfy the qualities of nouns, and if it does not satisfy qualities of verbs, then it is a harf. Nouns easy again. Al takes it, accepts the jar, has tanween in the end, hatta marbuta in the end, mudaf, mawsuf, musnad ilay, munadi, musagharun, mansub. Got it. So that's this. This is how you recognize alamatul fi'al. All right. Now, there's one thing that's mentioned in this section that I wanted to make sure that I understand. So, all of things are divided into akhil. All of the things are divided into akhil and غير akhil. غير العاقل. Aqil and then akhil. So akhil are basically thinking creatures. These are humans and jinns and angels, I think. These are the three categories. Okay, anything outside of this, cats, dogs, trees, book, these are all ghair akhils. Okay, so 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 basically, humans, jinns, and angels, these are akhil creatures. Everything else is ghair akhil. Okay, now the ghair akhil in for plurals. So words that are describing ghair akhil plurals. For example, idols. Okay, that's a غير عاقل plural. Okay, books غير عاقل plural. Planets غير عاقل plurals. Okay, and if you want to describe them or point to them or their verbs and all of them, the غير عاقل plural are treated as واحد مؤنث. They're treated as واحد مؤنث. They're treated as one quantity. They're treated as one entity as واحد مؤنث. مؤنث. Singular female. Okay? For example, for example, uh, um, they're treated as واحد. That's what أصنام كثيرة. This is how the example given. أصنام كثيرة. So this word kasiratun, kasiratun, kasiratani, kasiratun, asnamun kasiratun will be a plural form, but it's not that. Okay, it's not asnamun kasiruna. It's not that. Asnamun kasiratun. This is a singular female word. Okay, that's what it means. So whenever you have a ghair akhil plural, it is treated as واحد مؤنث when describing it, when pointing it to it. اسم موصول for صفة, اسم إشارة, فعل of it, اسم موصول of it, خبر of it, all that is treated as a واحد مؤنث. Okay, it's treated as a واحد مؤنث. Okay, that's one thing I wanted to talk about. Okay, and then on next topic of interest is still reviewing. Okay, next topic of interest is easy, and it is domair, personal pronoun. So, personal pronouns they replace nouns, right? Okay, there are two types: munfasil, munfasilun. These are detached pronouns or unattached. I call it. We used to detached. Okay, and muttasilun are attached pronouns. These words by itself are confusing, right? It's like muttasilun and munfasilun. If you just look at this is like in this word, things are kind of attached to each other, like muttasil, like close to each other. Munfasilun, they're kind of like detached, they're still separated from each other, right? Fasil, I think, means distance anyway. So these are attached pronouns. Muttasilun, munfasilun are detached pronouns. Okay, these are who, huma, hum. This is like who, huma, hum, ha, huma, hunna, ka, kuma, kum, ki, kuma, kuna, and then there is ya. Okay, the one thing we have to understand is ya will require a kasra before it comes. Ya always requires a kasra before it to be able to pronounce. Okay, and na. So this is very important. Ya always requires a kasra. And this noon over here is called noon wiqaya, noon of protection. It is there to protect the kasra or whatever might have been before it. Okay, all right, that's noon wiqaya. And detached pronouns, ضمائر منفصل. These are ضمائر. Okay, ضمائر. Okay, ضمائر, that's a plural. ضمير is a singular. ضمير, singular. Plural is ضمائر. ضمائر منفصل. ضمائر منفصل, plural. Okay, so the detached ones are هو, هما, هم, هي, هما, هن, أنت, أنتما, أنتم, أنتِ, أنتما, أنتنا, أنا, نحن. Okay, I'm not doing this in detail because I just have to memorize the table there. Right? Okay, that's that. So that's noon al-wiqaya, noon of protection. All right. Next, another big, gigantic list of preposition that you have to memorize. Okay, so the next two, let me see here how much time. Okay, the next two I'll do together. I think inshallah. Salatu wassalam.